Hi, we are doing the Muskoka real estate report for February 2023, comparing it to 2022. We are doing the Muskoka region, is in ājģķķķ. So here's the Muskoka region outlined in with the dotted lines. All the towns in there are part of our statistics. So without further ado, let's get to it. We are going to look at Muskoka region as a whole, and what we'll do is I'm going to cover everything non-waterfront in the beginning, and then I will go back and do everything waterfront, and everything that we are talking about is a single family dwelling. So let's take that off. We're going non-waterfront. We can see in the bottom corner here is all of Muskoka, single family non-waterfront. All right. And we will, just for time's sake, we will only look at the average price. So in January it was $698,450, and it's up to $734,78. In February, the number of new listings went from 60 to 68. So we're seeing an increase. The number of homes for sale was 113 and up to 129. The total number of sales was 24 in January, up to 31 in February. And the days on market has come way down from 48 days on market to 20. Okay, that is all of Muskoka region, single family dwelling, non-waterfront. Now we'll go to Bracebridge. We're looking at the municipality. And again, we'll stick to average. So it is down from 770 to 726.88. The number of new listings is the same from January to February. Homes for sale, there were 22 in January and 23 in February. The total number of home sales went from 4 to 7 in February. The days on market, we'll stick with average, went from 37 down to 21 in Bracebridge, again non-waterfront single family dwellings. Go to Huntsville. Whoops. Huntsville, again, here is what we're looking at the bottom. Huntsville single family non-waterfront, and we're looking at the average sales price has increased from just over $743 to $773. The number of new listings has gone from 23 to 33. The number of homes for sale has gone from 45 to 59. The total number of sales for the month was 13 in December. There were, there we go, January. 13 for January and 13 for Huntsville, same. The average days on market went from 61 in January to 43 in February. Okay, let's look at Gravenhurst. In January, we saw the average sales price of $603, and it's gone up to $688. The number of new listings went from 16 down to 7 in February. Homes for sale in February and January 25 and 22 in February. The number of sales, there were 6 sales in January and 7 in February. Excuse me. In January, the average days on market was 37, and it went up slightly in February to 39. All right. Lake of Bays. Lake of Bays average sales price went from $400,000 to $795,000. Quite the jump. New listings, we had 4 in January and 5 in February. Homes for sale went from 11 to 10. Here we are, back here. Number of sales, there were 1 in January and 2 in February. The days on market went from 69 to 100. Okay, last area is the Muskoka Lakes. We have an average sales price from $751 down slightly to $730. Number of new listings. There was 2 in January and 6 in February. The number of homes for sale, only 4 in January and 7 in February. The total number of sales was 0 in January and 1 in February. The days on market average went from, so no sales in January, so we are just going from 21 days on market in December to 4. So something went really fast. Must have been a great purchase or somebody loved it. Okay, well, those are all the towns for single family non-waterfront. So as you can see, it's been kind of a mix, up and down as far as sales prices, but overall days on market is getting shorter, and number of homes for sale is going up, and the number of sales is going up. So let's have a look at our waterfront. Okay, well, we're already here at Muskoka Lake, so we'll work backwards. Sales price average, again, was quite low in January due to an entry that was actually a waterfront view, not actual waterfront. And in February, the average price was 1.5, which is a little more realistic. New listings, we had 3 in January and 10 in February. Homes for sale, 21 in January and 27 in February. Quite a few. And as far as sales, there was only 2 sales in January and 1 in February. So people are not keen to buy in the winter. There were 37 days on market for January and down to 11 in February. Okay, so we're working backwards. So we're at Lake of Bays, back to Lake of Bays. Again, we're single family dwelling on waterfront homes. Sales price average in January was 1.1, and in February was 886,000, almost 887. So I'm not sure, it's quite a drop, but obviously condition of the property is going to play a big factor in the average. And considering probably there was only, how many sales? Let's just jump here. So there was 2 sales, 3 sales in January and 4 sales in February. New listings was the same, 9. Homes for sale, 19 in January and 23 in February. So quite a few. We already did sales. Days on market average went from 40 to 64. Okay. Sales price average was, it's coming down here. So there must not have been any sales for Gravenhurst in February. We'll just have a quick look. Yeah, 0. That's why we're not seeing anything there. So we'll just skip waterfront in Gravenhurst and we'll go to Huntsville. Sales price average went from 848. Again, this is waterfront. There's a reason probably why it's under $1 million. And all the way up to 2.5 million in February. So it must have been nice homes that sold, or cottages. New listings in January there were 5 and 11 in February. Homes for sale there were 15 and 22 in February. Okay, here it is. Sales, there was only 3 in January and 1 sale in February. So that's why the price, it must have been a very nice home / cottage. The days on market average went from 76 down to 37 in February. All right, the last one is Bracebridge. The sales price average has gone up from 899.9 to over 1.46 million. Number of new listings, there were 3 in January and 7 in February. Homes for sale, there was 6 in January and 9 in February. And sales, there was only 1 in January and 2 in February. And the days on market has gone from 103 way down to 35, just over a month. So that is all the updates, but what does that mean for you just as a regular home buyer or home seller? It means that, you know, various things will cause price to be increased or decreased as far as our economics, as far as the mortgage rates and recession and all these other things can impact what's happening in the market, as well as the condition of the home, how large it is, how many bedrooms, how many bathrooms. So, you know, when we put out these numbers, it should just be used with a grain of salt. And somebody, a realtor, actually should come to your home to have a look at your property so that they can compare the condition of your property to the comparables in the area within a short radius. So please reach out to your local realtor to get the proper valuation of your home. And if you're buying, your realtor can also do comparables for you as a buyer. That way you are not paying too much for a home. Wanted to just close with one more thing. Things are looking up. Look at this. In the last 7 days in Muskoka, there have been 107 new listings. Back on market, sometimes people will suspend them and then put them back on the market. Right now there are 35 conditional offers in Muskoka and 37 pending, which basically means that all the conditions have been met. It's just a matter of the actual closing date coming to fruition. And in the last 7 days, there have been 33 closings. Now, this is kind of important here. Price decreases. There were 24 in the last 7 days. So that still means that homes possibly are being overpriced to begin with, which is why we're seeing price decreases. So make sure, you know, I know everybody wants top dollar when they're listing their home, but it can be beneficial to actually list your home, you know, 5 or 10% below the market value. You'll get more eyeballs on your home as far as people looking at it, and greater chances to create a frenzy, hopefully. Anyways, that is it for February 2023. You have an amazing month, and don't forget to reach out if you have any questions, and check out our reports in all our social media.